Welcome to Talmudic Treasures. Today we're learning Ketubot page 51, which tells us in this Mishnah that even though a person typically will give a Ketubah, and in the event this is his wife's first marriage, and she's a Basula, so she will receive 200 zuz. That's what's written on the Ketubah. Now what happens in the event that there's nothing written down? They skip that line. Or let's say there is no Ketubah. So does that now free him from the obligation of having to give her anything in the event that they get divorced? And the answer is no, it makes no difference. Because there was already a stipulation in the Jewish courts, which is called the Tanai Beis Din, that says that every woman who is a basula in her first marriage, the law is that she will get 200 zuz, irregardless of it being written or not written. Doesn't make any difference. It's already been determined by the courts that this is an obligation that you have. Furthermore, in the event that a woman is in captivity, if there is a ransom for her, so one of the obligations also as part of this condition that was already predetermined and stated by the Jewish courts is that every husband must redeem his wife as much as he's able to from her being in captivity. Now, what if it's not written in the Ketubah? Again, it doesn't make any difference. He still has the same obligation. Whether he knew about it, whether he wrote it in there, it's still on him. He still has the same obligation. Furthermore, the Mishnah mentions, what if your wife is sick? So one of the requirements also of a husband is to do whatever he can to make sure that his wife will have the medicine or be able to go to a doctor for a refuah shlema in order to be able to feel better. That is something also which is a requirement. And therefore, if again on the Ketubah it is not written anything about this, it doesn't make any difference. The husband still has these obligations. So we see from here that when it comes to something written or not written, if a person knows about it or doesn't know about it, it doesn't really matter. If those are the rules, then those are the rules. And therefore, he still has to provide for his wife. And of course, this is something which, as we all know, if a person is pulled over by a police officer and they say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know about the law, well, your ignorance is no excuse. The reality is, if there is a law, if you knew about it or you didn't know about it, you still have to uphold these laws and rules, and you can get punished for it because these rules are already written before you, and the fact that you didn't know about it doesn't help you in a court of law. And certainly also in this case, where even if it wasn't written in the Ketubah, all these laws and rules for the husband remain.